to be dealt at the deadline than this man, Jordan Montgomery. 4 starts with the Cardinals.
One team to the next, and that numbers right there speak for itself. Throwing strikes with confidence.
The Braves starting lineup. Dansby Swanson is at the top of the order. Ronald Arenado. Edman winning a Gold Glove last year. He was at second base and shortstop tonight. Gorman and Goldschmidt.
You can't really sit on anything, and when he's throwing strikes, he's
Montgomery ready to go. And Swan. Well, for Brian Snitker, his lineup is as deep as any.
He's been batting in the second spot and really lighting it up lately, and he gets in the leadoff spot in the first.
For Atlanta without a home run
in the game to get a guy out in a scoring situation.
Montgomery.
It's got great late break, and see how it crossed the strike zone.
2 balls.
Okay, you know, Swanson swings at the ball up a lot. Well, Montgomery doesn't.
Late skip off Edman's glove into second base on the air. Well, these are 2 really
spin because he hit that ball so hard and then took the extra base.
Center Corey Dickerson starting in left. As Olsen takes inside for ball 1. Olsen last night connected base hits. Part of the mass exodus out year extension.
Yeah, he's low, and he's done a nice job against left-handers on non-fastballs, being able to hit that style. I say it every single time, and there's the numbers since June 1st. You feel
on the ground out to Nolan Gorman, tonight's second baseman for the Cardinals. Defense on the corners. It's hard to do much better than Arenado and Goldschmidt.
Less than 2 outs. Of course, that he's trying to do his best to prevent Riley from driving.
Oh, missing a bit high.
Man on second, nobody out, and Olsen got a ground ball to right field, right to.
Instead, a backhand by Gorman that keeps Swanson productive out.
Want a productive
start system.
Yeah, absolutely. You move up a runner into swing, get a pass ball. There's a lot more stress and pressure on your defense. So put it in play, but they were kind of drawn in. But as a pitcher now, there's more stress, right?
Something to
I'm starting it.
I would have suggested coming up with a name first.
Final result after the 9th inning is complete, or the top of the 9th.
Batting cleanup. All-star this year for the first time, a former Silver Slugger. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground, this finds Edman. Sure-handed shorts. We go to the bottom of the first. Charlie Morton, old reliable, take start this year against St. Louis.
Yeah, he's starting to smell the finish line. Old kid
where he is today. Donovan DHs. Meanwhile, these 2 guys might finish first, second, and rookie of Grissom on the corners. Of course, you've got Austin Riley and Matt Olson.
An even percentage.
And he can really spin it. Starts off with the first pitch fastball on the outer block.
Good job putting the ball in play. And now Charlie Morton can strike out a bunch of guys with that breaking ball.
And there it is, taken for a strike.
And he had to take it.
Kind of an emergency hack that. Now Morton has been hot back-to-back. August. The 1-2. Upar sends his high out to left. Out number 1. But you can make a clear line of demarcation this
foot, and all these things have an accumulative effect. And as he's gotten in the groove, which
we're not, they believed it would be a matter of time, and it certainly has.
Can drive or land off the injured foot. And when you have that injury and you get back and you're now in that healed position.
Donovan takes outside. Olsen, one of the best at first defensively, handles it. He retires the first 2 now. Average and on base. Schwarber.
The way that he has that bat, the timing of his mechanics when they're on, and they have been on most of it. And he just is connected. Last second he gets it up, ready, and then just unloads.
Goldschmidt response, he said, I should have gotten that ball.
Yeah, whenever you see a batting average with 2 strikes starting with a 2 in today's game, you know what the count is.
Spans his own fouls a fact.
If you're Charlie Morton,
and he draws ball 4-2. Missing badly, ball 1 to Nolan.
Nolan Arenado has done a lot of damage in the first 3 innings of hitting homers. Loves the early part of the game. And that number right.
2 outs, Goldschmidt at first. Thoughts out. Arenado got it right on the button. Everyone instituting your own scoring system easier.
Well, no, a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the plate, and he absolutely keeps his head. But those are the rules, and a temporary bad break for the Cardinals.
Dickerson, a swinging strike. When you pick up a hit in 10 straight plate appearances, all of a sudden
they either weren't making those pitches or he was getting to those pitches. So something had to give. Fastball out over the plate.
96 paint, lower inside corner. Charlie Morton works out of a first inning jam.
Which is not necessarily something I do very often. So a little nerve-wracking early.
You were coming up with your speech?
No, I mean just worried about the speech. I've been working on it for sort of wanted to go, but yeah, I've been working on it for a while, so it wasn't just today.
Well, your home fan base is the best, right? But when you play as a visitor,
they love baseball. They show up to events like today. I think just the region in general love.
He's DHing once again tonight for the Braves.
It was such a cool story for him to come back here and you know, to kind of finish his career and finish up. I know that he's talked about this is it, and I think the way he's at least, I mean, he's killing lefties and being productive, and it's just crazy.
You're one day older than Albert Pujols.
I do know that. Jackson's dad's going to take some questions, and I thought, wow, that happened fast. He went from Matt Holliday. Yeah, it's been really a really cool last couple months, and just now he's out as a pro pursuing his dreams. It makes me feel old, but I'm super
nerve-wracking the draft day as a player.
100%. It was just crazy. Keep him busy, to keep his mind off of it. And as the show started, leading up to the draft,
your part not to say anything.
I just decided, yeah, they could find out, because it was only about excitement in the family and his siblings, and the moment being sort of that something where they were watching it and imitating me on a reverse. I don't urge them; they'd have a better chance. So I don't know. My daughter hits right-handed, but she doesn't play handed. But I think with the majority of the balls going down.
You were also a quarterback, and we spent some time throwing the football.
Played some basketball, and I've made sure they were involved in other sports.
Gorman's been busy early on tonight.
Hey, I want to come up. He's only about 3.5 hours from where I live, and he said I want to come up and hit. That I thought were different from his peak hip. It was getting high and right, and it was causing him to be under the ball too much tilt in his swing. I thought might help him. It seemed to help him. The next day we hit, the ball was coming in. Hope that he can get back in time for the postseason, maybe earlier, so that he can get his timing back.
Well earned, and it's been a real thrill for all the Cardinals fans to see you here back in that red blazer.
Yeah,
members of the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame.